Coming to you from the studios that are sick and tired of hearing about Tommy moisturizing his fucking face and beard. It's the Sons of Honarchy podcast with your co-hosts. Your original co-hosts are back in action. It's your man Steve-O, who's always here. That's at Drunk Shy Sox Fan on Twitter.
And Hot Take Tommy. That's right. I'm back from vacation. And I really thought you were going to drop that, Steve, about the moisturizing of the face. However, I did bring it up right before we went live. So anyway, we got a lot of White Sox stuff to talk about today. We got, Tony, Tony again, and then some mistresses. That's about all we have to talk about here. All of this brought to you by, hey, just us. So
it's just us. So make sure you rate, subscribe, review to the podcast. We appreciate all of you that give us your love and support on a weekly basis. Don't forget, we now go live on YouTube every single week, even the weeks when we are very ill prepared, like this week when we're drinking Miller High Life and Miller Lite and being corporate as fuck.
Corporate beer.
Exactly. Corporate beer for corporate fans here. Because is the curse of the goose real, Tom? I want to hear your thoughts on that. Do you think that's a real thing right now?
Dude, we've known it's been real since April, my guy. It's never been not real. Like, as soon as they decided to take that goose out, everything went downhill. Everything, bro. It's true. It just doesn't have the whole ballpark doesn't have the same vibe. Opponents at guaranteed rate are out slugging the White Sox. It's not acceptable. And it's the goose. It's the lack of the goose that does it, I believe.
Yep. There's no guardian looking over the stadium helping us hit long dongs, so extremely upsetting. Our guy, Shane Spag, Lucky Spag, my guy in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. A regular. So, Tom, why haven't you been with us 2 out of the last 3 weeks to record this lovely podcast that we do on a regular basis?
Well, since the White Sox have been on a kind of a losing stretch, I just decided to take vacation. No, these are pre-planned vacations. I did a wedding and then, decided to make kind of a vacation out of it since I was in Mexico. And then I did a wedding in California and decided to make a vacation out of it in California. So I did 2 10 days or 11-day extended vacations, with only a week and a half in the middle. So I forgot what working is like, because also I'm not working this week either.
We get it. You're a well-traveled man and you're unemployed, yada, yada, yada. Keep it up. Way to be a productive member of this society right now. You're the reason why gas prices are going up, Tommy. Screw you.
It's because I don't have a job. That's why
you're
gas
not working.
is expensive. Yeah. No, I actually got an email from my new employer. So the taskmasters are on me yet again. There's no way to escape it, folks. Just get out there in the capitalist society and work till you die. You know what I'm saying?
Life's a bitch, then you die.
Yeah, coming from the guy
said it best.
Yeah, even though I've had 3 weeks of vacation in the last 4 weeks, I'm upset about working. So
that's what I'm saying.
No, it'll be good to be productive again at some point in the near future. All I've done is mop the floors and then make dinner. It's been my life.
So it's basically like when you were working at Lou Malnati's.
It is. It's the same shit. It is the same shit.
Making dinner and mopping floors, baby. Welcome to the good life.
You're damn right. Yeah,
damn about just as well too, right?
It's true.
Sorry, I had to go there.
Just my wife. My wife
go there.
Paying the bills. Exactly.
Well, it's good to be rejoined by you. It was a pleasure to be joined by better baseball minds in Carrie and Alex, but especially Alex. But it was fun to have them. But you were dearly missed, my friend. So let's get back into it because Tommy, what are we?
We are a White Sox baseball podcast, and
we are a White Sox baseball podcast, and this team, as you can see, wrong corner. This guy,
Hasbullah,
right there. Hasbullah is still with me because this team sucks right now. They are not very good. Oh, are you not? Are you? Okay, let's go there first. I did something. I lost.
No, you're back. You're back. So.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, you are. No, I'll put it to you this way, Steve. I left on these vacations, and I thought for damn sure that Hezbollah would be gone by the time he got back. I was like convinced that my absence would be enough to spur this team on to some kind of run here. But you know what? Fuck it. The fucking Braves won 12 in a row instead. Like, who gives a shit? But here we are. And I know where you were going. You were about to say what we've been all thinking, and that's fire Tony.
Fire Tony. You know what, Tommy? Here's the thing. I got to ask you this. Can you even blame Tony anymore? Are you still pointing all of the blame at Tony La Russa?
You can't do all of it on him. You can't do all of it. You can do some of it, and you should do some of it. You know, it's like it's one of those things when your team's below, when your team has as much talent as the White Sox do, allegedly, and are struggling as much as they are in the standings, factually, there can't be just one problem. You know, and the management is definitely one of the problems, but there's like problems up and down the lineup. And obviously injuries, you know, I'm not going to be like Steve Stone and say like, you know, reinforcements are coming. So don't worry, we're going to go on a 12-game win streak just like those Braves. I'm not going to say that because I don't think that's true. But I mean, you got to start somewhere. And if you want to take care of one of the problems, then you should damn well do it. Because you take care of one, then maybe you take care of another one. You take care of another one. Maybe you release Josh Harrison after this. You know, let's just start with one thing at a time, though.
Right. I just cannot believe. And here's the thing. I'll start from the top down. Jerry spent the money. Okay. Jerry's money has been spent. I cannot. In years past, I always went after Jerry Reinsdorf, and I said this cheap MF won't spend the money. He constructs these shitty ass teams. Of course, we're going to suck when we're 19th in payroll and we have the development system that we do. And we have a terrible minor league system in comparison to the rest of the league in regard to talent, like just left and right. I wanted to point the blame at Jerry because that's where the buck starts, right? Okay, pass it down to Kenny Williams. Kenny Williams is just that mouthpiece, right? Here's the thing, and Spag hit the nail right on the head here. The money was spent wrong. And I really want to rag on Tony for the bullpen and his usage of the bullpen in particular. Because over the last week, it's been absolutely atrocious. The usage of Bennett Sousa over and over again.
Let's get him out again.
In situations that are putting you either in losing situations or in situations that are way too close, like last night against Detroit.
Yeah.
It's just incredible to me that Tony La Russa is willing to go to guys that just absolutely suck. The problem is you cannot go out. You could not in the offseason go out and spend more money on a left-handed reliever. You cannot go and try and trade early for a left-handed reliever or take a chance on somebody else other than what's in your minor league system. By the way, bring up Hunter Schriever, by the way. This guy's absolutely killing it down in AAA, and we've got Bennett Sousa who shit the bed. He did finally get sent down today. He got optioned.
Yes, he did.
But good fucking Lord, Rick Hahn, you spent all this money on, of course, Liam Hendricks a couple years ago.
Arm strain.
Then, yeah, and we'll get there in a second. Kendall Graveman and Joe Kelly. You know how volatile bullpen pieces are. There's a reason why good teams do not spend so much goddamn money on their bullpen. And Rick Hahn said, fuck it. Let's just do it anyway. Let's do something that no one else has done before and for good reason.
You know what?
In Hahn we trust. I can't.
Well, hold on, Steve. Hold on. Before he is Teflon Rick for a reason, and I'll give him some ammunition right here. You said it yourself. You know, good teams don't spend money on bullpens because they've got this great development and stuff, and you can expect one or two guys to break through in a given year. And it's volatile, so it doesn't make sense to spend big money on guys that are potentially going to be bad anyway. Now, the White Sox aren't one of those teams that has a good development system with arms that are just waiting to break out. You know, we don't have that luxury. And that is, you know, an assessment that I think Hahn made and said, okay, fuck it. We got to spend here. We got to spend here. And he did the due diligence of like setting up the core and like, you know, making sure that these guys are signed to team friendly extensions, blah, 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 which freed up money to do this shit in the bullpen. But I now look, I'm not saying that it was necessarily the perfect way of going about things, but I think it was the way he went about it for the fact that we don't have arms waiting to jump up and fill these holes. We just don't. And fuck it, man. I mean, like, if you're going to spend all of your money on fucking Joe Kelly and Kendall Graveman and fucking Liam Hendricks, like, it kind of sucks because then, you know, one guy goes down, next guy goes down, and they're kind of like not hitting their spots as if you're Joe Kelly, and like
Kelly didn't start the year, then he was down, now he's back up, but now Liam's
when he was injured.
down.
Yeah, and it like, but again, hear me out. What up, Alex? Hear me out. I can't quite fault him for it. Like, if we're gonna argue about the money not being spent in the right spots, you know, hey, we have a fucking hole in right field still. Hey, we have a fucking hole at second base.
Yep.
Like,
because that money was spent on all these fucking bullpen pieces.
But
I mean, the White Sox aren't going to be on the Dodgers and Yankees level, okay? And no, it's not a fucking Deshaun Watson jersey. It's a fucking Malort jersey. Kiss my ass, Alex. Jesus.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, that's my bone to pick. If there's a bone to pick, it's right there with it's not even with Jerry. It's not with Kenny anymore. It's with our guy, and I never thought I'd say this, Rick fucking Hahn. And the Tony has no other option, I guess, to use Bennett Sousa, even though he shouldn't have used him that much to begin with. He shouldn't have used him that much to begin with. Good Lord. Thank God Bennett Sousa's back down.
He ran him into the ground so that as soon as he was sent down to AAA, he was like, well, I used the fuck out of him, so now everybody else is fresh. Which, like, I don't know, maybe try to win some games, Tony, but I kind of get that logic too, you know? Like, wow, I sound corporate as fuck, but
let's go there. Do you want to go with the Tony thing too? Because, oh, man, you got a bone to pick with him, Tom?
Well, look, like, I am ready to fucking fire the guy. I'm ready to fucking fire the guy. And oh my God, dude, I didn't even tell you this, Steve. I turned on High Heat, the MLB show today. Because again, I'm unemployed, so I got nothing else to fucking do. It's in the middle of the day. This New York guy is fucking streaming about shit all the time. And he's like, do you think that Tony La Russa forgot how to manage a bullpen? You think that? Yeah. And he's like going off. He's like, yeah, can I interject? Because yes, I do believe he forgot how to fucking manage a bullpen. Look at what he's doing. He's literally anyway. But I see where the logic is to use guys that are gonna be sent down to the minors because you're kind of thin on depth right now. But if you're trying to win fucking games, like, use Liam. And I guess now we look back at that 10th inning game where we didn't use Liam Hendricks, and it's like, why the fuck wasn't he available? Why didn't you use him? I guess he was on, like, kind of like dealing with the strain. But then if that was the case, if he wasn't available, then why wasn't he on the IR then?
Yeah, he should now on the IL. Yeah,
IL, sorry.
1,000%. But you're right. You're absolutely correct. And this
now
isn't the first time.
Further in, like, you have to
back
keep
to
him on
the front office. Back to the front office, because it's not Tony who puts guys on the IL. It's the front office. Where the fuck? This isn't the first time this has happened this year either. In regard to guys that should be on the IL immediately, if you know they're going to be on for at least 15 days.
Yep.
They're always playing guys down constantly.
Yep.
Give a guy like Hunter Schriever a chance, as I've been mentioning, right? Fuck it. At that point, like when Tim Anderson got hurt and you knew he was going to be hurt for a while, this is crazy. And I don't think he's actually going to be that good on the major league level. Why not give Yolbert Sanchez a chance and shut people up so I don't have to hear about it on Twitter? Okay.
Right? Because that's a silly reason to bring somebody up, Steve, just so that you don't have to hear about it on Twitter anymore.
Or you're mean. Now it's not like, oh, you're mean, right?
Waivers, though, Steve, that's a big thing. People might be waiting in the wings for him.
he's somebody that the San Francisco Giants are going to turn into the next Barry Bonds. You watch.
You just got it immediately. Fucking Luis Gonzalez is still tearing the cover off the ball. Luis Gonzalez for the Giants.
I'm so excited to go there. I'm so excited to go there in the beginning of July and just watch him rake against our team, right? That's exactly what's going to happen because that's so fucking White Sox, right? You know what? I really didn't even get a chance to recap this homestand that the White Sox just went through, right? So you know what? Before that, Tommy, you got anything that you need to say about the White Sox and bones to pick and frustration before I do this recap?
I mean, the only thing that I'm annoyed about is the scheduling because they obviously weren't thinking about me and how I was going to be in California when they were at home. And now I'm back here with nothing to fucking do and they're not at home. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. Honestly, get your shit together. We're talking about them not taking care of the fans because the lines are long at the games. They're not taking care of the fans because they're not in town when I'm in town. So think about that. Of course.
They need to think about you, Tommy, the guy who comes out for 2 games a year.
Well, I'd come out for 3 or 4 if they were in town. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. So, when we I'm just brushing you off right now. At this point, we got to recap this past homestand where the White Sox started off strong, getting a 4-0 win against the Dodgers, and it looked like all was right in the world after that was their 3rd straight win. But then 2 straight losses because they didn't look good on Wednesday, and then Thursday was the 11-9 game where Tony La Russa decided to
just fuck around.
Believe that it was a good idea to pitch around a warm Trey Turner, I'll call him hot Trey Turner, with a 1-2 count on him, who was down 0-2 to start.
Yeah. The league average on 2 strikes is pretty. It drops.
I'm not a batting average guy, but I know his 1-2 count this year, Trey Turner's, was under 200.
So there you have it. I mean, like,
even if it's Bennett fucking Suits, like, whatever. I'm so frustrated about that. They won on Friday when I was home and obviously not at the game. The one game I don't go to that weekend series against Texas. Another nice blown bullpen job in the 6th and the 7th inning, and then eventually in the 10th on Saturday. And then Sunday was a nice, fun extra innings blowing by the bullpen. Because, Tom, should I go there now?
Do it, man.
There's a song that's going to go along with this, Tom. Are you ready for this? I said I heard Tim got a main chick, a mistress, and some hoes. The Sox are really no good, and everybody knows. My homeboys try to warn me. They try to let me know. The 2022 Sox, they really fucking blow. But you know why? I can't get enough. I need that. I can't get enough. I need that. I can't get enough of what they got. All right, I'm done. There you go.
Steve, that's terrible.
New hit single, baby. Wait for the Sons of Anarchy music video coming out, right? The one that we've been talking about for 3 years.
So Tim, as well, and in the notes, as well as Kopech, as well as Yohan, as well as Steve Stone. All these guys got, something else going on, and it's just I think it's an important thing to point out that, while all these guys are kind of seem to be dating on the side of their main relationships, I'll say, we talk about these guys in glowing terms on a daily basis. It would be unfair to not point out that they're doing some shady shit on the side, right? Like, you got to play it both ways, I guess, if you want to put it that way, but
not a good look. Tom, this team's, I'm going to go there. You can't measure this. Is the team's head in the right place right now?
look, like, I don't think this is a management thing. Like, can the manager have them circle around and put their head back on baseball again? And again, like, you can't measure it. You can't measure it. They could be hyper focused on this, on baseball, to the point that, like, that's why there's issues in their personal life, like that's the root cause or whatever. You don't know. But it is not a good look. It's one of those things where it's like there's enough bad press already about how this team's stinking up the fucking field. So we really don't need Tim and Kopech having babies on the side. And okay, by the way, Yohan Moncada, what's going on with him? You put him down here. Can you explain?
Let's put this all into perspective for those who may not be on White Sox Twitter and still listen to this podcast, which is a few people. Okay. Tim Anderson. Okay. Some baby mama drama has popped up. He had a picture of him posted by a female who is pregnant, and she posted a picture of him in a car seat next to him, and it said "baby daddy" or "baby's daddy" or something like that with a heart next to it. So there has been no, this is not true, yada yada, that's come out from either him
or confirmation
or true, or Bria. And Tim has also deleted his Instagram in the process where this was posted. Kopech obviously had a kid with another significant other. Him and Vanessa are divorced, so that they were no longer a thing when that was a thing. Yohan, he's it's not rumored. I mean, he goes out, he parties a ton, and then he also is infamous for sliding into DMs. If you want verification, just ask good old friend Allie White Sox. He's already done it twice this year, I think.
Oh my God.
And Steve Stone has a female who is, I'm just gonna call her a model in Vegas. It's basically all but confirmed. Her Twitter if you're curious, is @LindaPartyOf8. I don't know what that means. It's also a little bit concerning when I think about Steve Stone in his old age and catching something that he probably should not catch.
Oh my God, Steve. Steve, the speculation has gone wild.
So Steve Stone follows like 28 people on Twitter. He only follows like 28 accounts. Like there's like very few player accounts he even follows, but he does follow.
Two of them are us.
But he does follow @LindaPartyOf8. And she's always like talking about him in glowing terms, like Steve's the best, Steve's amazing. And then a ton of those tweets got deleted recently. So just saying. Here's the thing. It's not even just that. It's not even the Mistress stuff.
Confirmed, and then this is the speculation that you're bringing. Anyway,
okay, there might be some speculation.
I'm not ruining your point. Continue.
Only the first two guys have confirmed stuff.
Yeah, because children.
It's hard to carry. It's hard to have a child and not. Yeah. Lance Lynn has his weight issue.
God damn it, Steve. That's where you were going with this. Steve, you got.
I'm going down the line. And then he's yelling at Joe McEwing in the dugout at his first start when he's pitching like shit. So obviously,
Joe McEwing had those outfielders too far in. That was a coaching decision.
And then obviously this team had their minor league meltdown this year with Wes Helms and Omar Vizquel and that case and that trial that's happening. So I gotta ask you, Tom, the team, like, is this gonna be like 30 for 30? This is gonna be a 30 for 30 documentary, isn't it? About how the team had all the promise and all the talent in the world after making the playoffs back-to-back years, and then they shit the bed.
Everything went off the rails. You know what? That's I'll put it to you this way: all this shit would be center stage, or like definitely have its time to shine on that 30 for 30 if it came to be, you know. I what I'm hoping for is a 30 for 30 about like a 20 game win streak that propels them into the playoffs. And yeah, but dude, it's genuinely not pretty. And I will say this: as sad as it is, winning cures all ills. So if this team just went off on a 10-game win streak right now, we would not be talking about, you know, Wes Helms. We would not be talking about all these mistresses. We wouldn't be, because shit, like, team's doing fine. Which again, it's kind of fucked up that like we would like ignore all the shit that's going on underneath if they're winning, but it's true. So with that being said, if you're talking about 30 for 30s being written about this team, I'm a corporate fan. I got a feeling, Steve, that the 30 for 30 is going to be about the 20-game win streak that is coming up. We've got the weakest, the most weak-ass remaining schedule that we could possibly dream up. I'm not saying, Steve, that this team is going to do well in the playoffs, because I think they're not built for it. I will say, though, that they are built to beat the Central. And I think they're going to do it, man. I know it's a wild take. You know, we're sitting here. It's June 14th. The team's below 500. And I'm still saying that we're going to win the Central. But
so here's the thing. This team is built to be playoff ready, but they're built to be Kenny Williams playoff ready, which means what, Tom?
Just stay healthy, everybody.
Just stay healthy. If this team catches fire and they stay healthy throughout, I don't know, mid-August through October, and obviously the beginning of November, if the World Series extends that long and the White Sox somehow miraculously are there, this team is built for that. As they spent the money to do it.
Yep.
They are good when they are performing, right? If all of these guys get to performance level and they stay healthy, and getting to performance level is another problem too, right? Because obviously you have the Yohan Moncada and you've got the Yasmani Grandal and AJ Pollock. Even though a couple of those guys are warming up, I got to give it to Grandal. Grandal pre-injury, and Pollock has had, I think, 5 straight multi-hit games.
Yeah, he's on it. He's on it right now.
So, yeah.
I mean, never thought I'd say it, but he's on it.
In the words of AJ Pollock's at-bat song, if you don't love me now, then you'll never love me again.
Unbelievable.
I still can't believe that The Chain is his at-bat song. With cute. He got like the DJ drop on it now. It's really funny. But you want to talk about this remaining schedule, that's fine, because you know, it's mixed throughout the rest of the month. You've got Detroit, Houston, Toronto, Baltimore, and then the Angels, okay?
Yeah.
Then you got, obviously the Angels and the Giants are on the road, okay? July, the teams you play: Minnesota, Detroit, Cleveland. Minnesota, Cleveland, Colorado, Oakland, okay?
Bad.
They have to, and here's the thing, you got to take advantage of catching up on games against Minnesota, right?
You do.
Tons of games that are must-win games against Minnesota. I'm going to say this. I've been saying that the All-Star break, they have to be 500. I think I'm going to be as bold to say this. They need to be above 500 before the All-Star break. All-Star break's later this year, too.
That's not a super hot take. I mean, like, I think you're damn.
I think they got to be at least 3-4 games above 500, and I think they've got to be within a few games, within 3 games of Minnesota at the All-Star break, if they want to make this thing happen, at least a division title. Because, I mean, August is week 2. Kansas City, Texas, who, outside of the mismanaged bullpen, that's a series they could have swept at home.
Right. We could have.
Kansas City again.
Not they could have.
Yeah. Kansas City again. Houston at home, which is a little bit tougher, right? Cleveland, Baltimore, Arizona, Kansas City again, right? It's weak. It's very weak. You are right. But I'm going to say that they need to start turning it around like now. Like,
no, absolutely.
Now.
Absolutely.
I mean, we got a game against Detroit that's coming up right now in 15 minutes. First pitch is actually, I don't even know if it's a 15. I think it's in like 10 minutes. They got to continue to win these games like they did last night. Just regardless of Bennett Sousa getting pulled out, put out there and putting you in a situation where, holy shit, it's a 1-run game because Bennett Sousa just pitched, right? Just go out there, do the damn thing, and score some runs against bad teams.
I think that's just it. And I'll you want a hot take? Look, like, buy your tickets for the end of the season. You've got Minnesota in Chicago for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of October. Buy your tickets now. Like, that series is gonna matter. I swear to God. Like,
I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't matter that much. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But, dude, the storybook ending could be right there, man. The storybook ending to the season right before we get bounced in the ALDS, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be lit, man.
No. With the extended playoffs, the White Sox are going to get some shitty-ass 6th-ranked team after they win the division. And that's still my take. I really do believe. I have not thrown money on it yet because I'm not that much of a believer. But
you might get the best odds of the season right now.
Right. Well, you probably will. And yes, Spag, as he said in the comments right now, every game matters. I absolutely agree with that. And there's too many games that they've let slip through their fucking fingers.
Can we go back to April and point at all the games that fucking Tony was punting?
Can we go back to last week? Where literally you have a mismanaged game against the Dodgers. You have 2 mismanaged losses this weekend against Texas. So many close games that have just slipped through their fingers that they have taken advantage. Like, for example, when the offense takes advantage of poor fielding, or when the hitting is finally on, when you're scoring 9 runs twice, when you're scoring 6 runs in another game, and you can't take advantage of it. I mean, yeah, you deserve to lose, right? But take advantage of these freaking opportunities. It's almost like they don't. I hate to say this. It's almost like they're going out there and they don't want to win. And I know that's not the truth, because every major league player goes out there. They want to perform their best. They want to win. But there's something about this team right now that's just, and it's beyond line of construction. It's beyond, mistakes.
You're zooming out and saying it's not just
that. Yeah, sure. Those play a part. But think, like, with how much talent is on this team right now. Think about all the guys that are not just underperforming, that are performing at negative WAR or at 0 WAR.
There was this morning on Mully and Haw, they were saying that the White Sox team has the most money in the major leagues tied up in negative WAR players. It's pretty good.
Think about that.
Think about that.
That goes beyond ownership, front office, managerial staff. That's down to the players too.
It's a cancer all the way through.
Somebody do something. Because honestly, Tom, when we talk doomsday clock, my arrow right now, I'm be honest right now, I'm at 9 o'clock now.
Let's rebuild this team. Let's go.
Oh, I'm not at rebuild, baby, but I'm at I'm shitting my pants a little bit. Like the turtle head's starting to come out. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God. Look, we've got time. Like the season is not. I mean, I say we've got time, but it's like, kind of like we've got another week before we have to really turn up. Like, like if you don't turn it around now, it's got to be
up now. You got 2 more games against Detroit, right?
Exactly.
One that's about to start.
Sweep Detroit and move on to the next thing. Steve, how do you like Dylan Cease going to the mound?
Well, obviously, I love Dylan Cease. I put down a Cy Young bet on him for this year. Whether that's going to happen, I think I might have picked the wrong White Sox pitcher Because if and that's the thing too, Kopech getting injured on Sunday was a terrible look.
Not fun at all.
You woke up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to turn on the game, and then all of a sudden Kopech's
and
injured.
you put me on blast for that? Yeah, I woke
am.
up at 1 in the afternoon because I flew in like to Midway, and I live on the north side. I flew into Midway at 2 a.m., didn't get our bags till 3 a.m., and I didn't get home till 4 a.m.
I'm not even putting you on blast for sleeping in. I'm putting you on blast for turning on the TV, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what did I just watch? Look, Kopech.
Yeah, no, I know that. And the
other,
other,
are you Jordan Miller? Are you a murderer? Are you the next murderer here? Like, are you Tupac's killer?
Ruining all of the White Sox chances by turning on the TV. No, it was literally as soon as I turned the TV on, Kopech pulled up and was like, not able to throw. It was like that the second I turned it on. It was wild. Also, Raylo coming in. Oof. Got my nipples hard. But
and then he didn't leave him in. He put in your guy Cueto.
I know. What the fuck was that?
What was that?
Yeah, that was wild. It's like, oh, Johnny, you're gonna pitch tomorrow. Wrong. Pitching today. Hope you're ready. He pitched, fine. He kind of like gave up a couple runs that, he didn't come out.
Didn't look great.
Didn't look. He could have been better.
Yeah,
he has been better most of the season.
But then again, do you know how many times Johnny Cueto's been pulled out of the bullpen in his life outside of the other day on Sunday?
What? Like, I'm gonna venture a guess. Numbers under 6.
One other time in his career, and it was last year. It was last year.
The guy doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't know how to do that. Like, if you're gonna do that, do it with Lance Lynn, who's like been a bullpen piece in the past, at least, so he would at least like be familiar with it. No, you know what? Just don't do it. Actually, just let Raylo go 6 innings.
Just right, and he went the day before, and that was the problem too. Yeah, like mismanaging a bullpen.
It's bad. It's just bad. It's just bad.
It's led.
It was in a tough
so many
spot.
Poor decisions.
Still. Wow. Really quick before we wrap things up here, Steve.
Yeah.
I need a moment to talk about the best first baseman that's ever been in this organization.
Frank Thomas.
No, the second best first baseman ever to don the uniform.
Paul Konerko? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Correct. Not correct.
Kidding.
Jose Abreu, man, he's been on one, Steve. And
yes, he has.
Honestly,
he warmed up.
At his age, what is it? 34 years old, right? And you're saying, nope, 35. He's 35 years old, and you're saying he's probably 42. I'm saying he might be more like 33. We don't know. Actually, I think it's probably true. Jose Abreu out here, like, just mashing right now. Coming off a 2-home-run game, and I couldn't be happier. Steve, the haters, the people that have been saying that his time is coming, I'm relishing in their silence right now. I'm loving it. I can't wait. I can't wait for him to lead the league in RBIs and total bases again. I can't wait.
Is that directed at me?
Yes, Steve. I need you to know that I'm never going to listen to anything you have to say about Jose Abreu ever again. I was already like kind of putting you on mute, but now it's just like, I don't care if he's 50 years old, Steve. Sign the man. Extend him.
So you're going to extend him again? 40s.
I swear to God, Steve, I want him to be White Sox until he's 40. League minimum. Bring him around.
He's not going to sign for a league minimum next year.
Until he's 40, Steve. So you kind of like taper it down. You extend the man right now. Get him through his year 39 season with an option for his 40-year-old season, and have that league option be 40 league minimum. There you go. So I'm telling you, Steve, this man needs to be a White Sox for the rest of his life.
If he's willing to take a hometown discount next year, then let's do it.
He already did. He already did take a hometown discount.
So he's going to do it again?
Yes.
Question mark? Okay, yes. Great.
Then he's not worth more than a hometown discount at this point, which is fair. Just because, you know what, Steve? Fuck you. I just said I wasn't going to listen to anything you had to say about the man. He is a goddamn bona fide star on the White Sox, lifetime White Sox. You got to love the man. You look, and I say you got to love the man. However, there's a lot of people who don't care about Jose Abreu and are singing the praises of Andrew Vaughn. which is wild to me. Absolutely wild. So what I wanted to kind of like go to here though, now that I've kind of said my piece on that, I think the game is coming soon, and I kind of want to get your final thoughts on where we're at. But really quick, again, what I wanted to get to now that I've said my piece, and before our final thoughts, go out there, get your votes in, people. It's the primary election happening in Illinois right now. That's an unbiased, unpartisan thing to do. Just get out and get your vote. Steve, I see your Jose Abreu jersey, and I raise you every fucking tweet that you've sent out in the last 3 years. Okay? Every fucking tweet is slander toward Jose Abreu. Andrew Vaughn's going to start 75 games at first base this year.
You should have. You should have. I'm tired of watching him in right field. Seriously.
Yeah, and you can be tired of watching him in right field and still not say that he's ready to take Jose Abreu's mantle. No.
Get Abreu off first base. He has he has 2 good games defensively like every 40. So
I'm sick of you. I'm never going to listen to you again about Jose Abreu. I swear to God. Final thoughts. Games coming up.
Final thoughts are that the White Sox need to win in Detroit back to back, as Drake would say. All right. So also Spags wants to get me riled up before we leave that Moncada still sucks. Moncada sucks right now. I am not going to lie to you. He does suck. I am not going to deny it. He needs to pull his head out of his ass. I think 2020 and the COVID year has really played an effect. As a former college athlete, and this is D3. This isn't even D1. This isn't professional. This isn't scholarship-based athletics, okay? As a former college athlete and someone that took running very seriously, when you injure yourself badly, I ran on a stress fracture my freshman year in track in college, and my coach made me run on it. Only run on it during meet days and bike 6 days out of the week, right? When you have to run on an injury and that injury is bothering you, you are not able to run at 100%. It's a mental block, and it fucks you up bad. And Moncada played through 2020 because the team needed him. He felt that need. He was going to hang on for all dear life. It affected him into last year where he was okay, but he was still a good player. I mean, he's a 4+ WAR player. And this year, I think he's still got that mental block. So I hope he figures it out for the sake of this team, because he's a former number 1 prospect in baseball. For the sake of him, for the sake of this team, I hope he figures it out. And I hope he gets past that. I hope whatever he needs to do to get past that, whether it's stop going to parties in Northwest Indiana, whether it's not going to Tao at 3 a.m, whether it's, hitting the cages more and just getting his mind frame right. I hope he figures it out.
However, I think the point of it is that the guy that I stan, Jose Abreu, doing great. The guy that you stan,
Hey, if it means anything, I think I have I have 2 Tim Anderson jerseys and 1 Moncada jersey. My guy's just, scoring left and right. So,
oh my God. All
right, that's where we should wrap this thing up.
I think that'll do it for us, honestly. So I want to say this is what I always present the question to you, Steve. And the question is the age-old question that this podcast is literally built on. In Han we trust?
Save his job, this team must. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see y'all next week. And enjoy this White Sox winner that's about to come, because Dylan.
White Sox winner!